All right, this is some breaking news here. So, Mexican security forces have killed a drug lord who led one of the most powerful criminal organizations in the country, triggering a wave of violence in several areas, including the western state of Jalisco, if I'm pronouncing it right. So, you have the Mexican Secretary of National Defense said Nemesio Ruben Asergria Cervantes, also known as El Mencho, right? He was wounded in a clash with soldiers the Mexican military in the town of Tapala in Jalisco State on Sunday and died actually while being flown to Mexico City. So now, because of this, there's been eruption on different parts of Mexico. Actually, the United States Department of Treasury, they actually sent out a note. They were stating that, hey, because the Mexican cartel, they're very furious about this since their leader is gone, and I think if they were threatening the U.S. if no demands are met, because we're not going to concede to their demands. If demands are not met, they're going to start targeting tourists. So this is a really huge issue. So I'm praying for my people out there. I mean, people in Mexico in general, but the people, especially the Americans that's over there, because we vacation there a lot. They'll be okay shelter in place. So they said he had a $15 million bounty on his head from the United States. So yeah, we have some involvement. The Mexican operation set off a wave of violence with gunmen torching cars that were blocking highways in more than half a dozen states. Jalisco's capital, Guadalajara, which will host several matches in the upcoming FIFA World Cup, was turned into a ghost town on Sunday night as civilians hunkered down. Videos circulating on social media show people sprinting through the city airport in panic and smoke billowing over the tourist city of Puerto Vallarta. Wow. This is crazy. School was canceled on Monday in several states. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum praised the country's security forces in a post on X and called for a calm. There is absolute coordination with the government of all states, she wrote, and the vast majority of the national territory activities are proceeding with complete normality. They said after this military operation here, it was a great development for Mexico. Sort of like with the El Chapo gunsman Ishmael Zambada, who are now both in U.S. custody at this point. They said two more were arrested. Armored vehicles, rocket launchers, and other arms were seized. Man, 3 members of the armed forces were wounded and receiving medical treatment. The U.S. has classified Jalisco Cartel as a terrorist organization and accuses it of sending cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, and fentanyl into the country. Yeah, this has been going on for like immense pressure from the Trump administration because we're cracking down on this. You got to think of this a very sensitive issue too, because a lot of Americans too, man. I mean, they lost their families due to this, man. When Trump was running for president, he said he was going to crack down on this. A lot of these issues that was going on, strengthening our borders, and find a way to work with, like I said, the Mexican military, the border patrol, to eliminate this, right? A lot of these drugs are getting smuggled into our country, and people are unfortunately passing away from this, man. This is breaking up families. I just want to add to this: the FBI has described El Mencho as one of the most wanted fugitives in Mexico, and the CJNG as one of the most violent and cartels in the country. It has been assessed to have the highest cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine trafficking capacity in Mexico. And over the past few years, including the trafficking of fentanyl into the United States, the FBI said in a 2024 statement. Yeah, things are going to get rampant here. This rate just doesn't carry on to the United States here. But until more information, I just want to go in here and break this in, because this is definitely breaking news here. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I'm out. Deuces.